Anyway, we are here to look at the funnies. The funnies. And what's one of the very, very interesting things about the funnies? Now, please, what you see here is absolutely public knowledge. However, it is assumed by people, very powerful people, that the public doesn't know. So it's public knowledge that we need to protect from the kind of people who have the immense power that this. Look at this. What does this mean? What does this mean? Page 6, registered trademark. So I'm not going to say anything more about it, except to say that page 6, by the way, page 6 is, well, in the middle of this. Pages 2 through 7, which, if you now look at the whole paper, but there's one thing that it tells you to do. You see, okay, this is the fact, or there's a fat war in Paris. Remember, there's something up here. It's called, it says, got it all backwards. Right here, page 6. Registered trademark. That's very significant. Because it's about how things happen. This is where the money is. This is the brand name. This is a brand name for what you are now told. Because there's only one thing it's telling you to do on this page. To do. What's there to do on this page? The thing in red. You now, you. We're talking to you, Bo. You bought the paper. Now turn to pages 2 to 7 to get the real story. Aren't these funny? Funny. It's kind of like if we were checking on the news of Joseph Goebbels and his guys were putting out in 1934. Anyway, what's on page 2? Okay, here's page 2. Gunmen. War in Paris. Gunmen's reign. Oh, gunmen's reign. Okay, so let's go to the page 3, which is right here. Okay. Well, you can still see it, right? Terror. War in Paris. This is page 3. So let's go on. We're having fun here reading the funnies. They're kind of interesting. It's such a funny thing. Funny. War in Paris. War in Paris, that's on page 4. What's on page 5? What's on page 5? War in Paris. On page 5. And you can sort of see other stuff. Lots of pictures that are repeats of pictures on the front cover. Oh, this is a very funny guy. This guy's a funny guy. This guy. Reign of Terror ends because of thanks to people who look like this. These are our friends. These people are our friends. These are our friends. These are our friends. Anyway, then we're on to page 6. Remember what we started with here. Page 6, registered trademark, meaning a brand, meaning if you're going to do business, you go, oh, there's business to be done. Page 6 is not very likely to be included in the business to be done. The messages that have been bought and paid for. Ready, set, draw. War in Paris. Very clever indeed. And on the next page, what do we have at the top? Oh, War in Paris. War in Paris. War in Paris. Well, that's it. You see? And it all told us what to do. Look, page 6 is a product. It's basically sell to the highest bidder. Please, if you understand what I'm talking about, understand, you're not to tell people this. You can help people come to their own conclusions. That's what you can do. And that's what I should do too. Well, that's what I hope I'm doing, although I'm very much, well, I try to keep my own words from getting in the way, from what I see as the story I'm putting together. Look, I see this. Okay? Okay? Remember the person who owns this? We call him Jugs, because JG is too difficult to pronounce. No, I mean, if it was J-I-G, it would be easy. Jig. That's the tricky thing about Paratopian, but don't worry about it. It's okay. Not everybody catches on to this stuff right away. And to be honest, we kind of prefer it that way. Because, well, what we're talking about is real stuff. And we have real, very dangerous adversaries. Okay? Anyway, we just did a little tour. And we saw an example of just what service page 6 sells. You know, how many times do we put war in Paris? In, you know, that, well, it tells us right there. You see, we already know. You see, we know it. It tells us pages 2 through 7. We know. It's not 5, it's 6. Okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 6 times. And somebody paid a lot of money. I mean, for the service. That's all, folks. Bye.